Well, greetings everybody. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I am showing off an iPhone 5S, an ultra rare iPhone 5S that I was able to score on Superbuy um, because it is running the very first version. I've been wanting a 5S on iOS 7 for a very long time on iOS 7.0. Boom. 7.0, the very first version for the iPhone 5S. Um, so I am. I've never ever seen one on eBay before or Mercari. And I've never ever seen a US version before, even though they exist. Um, but on Superbuy, um, which is a Chinese platform where a lot of people sell rare old Apple stuff. And every few months, an iPhone 5S on iOS 7.0.0 comes up. Um, so I was able to finally score one after missing out on a few. So a little bit of a rant here, but I've only ever seen black ones available for sale, specifically running iOS 7.0.0. I've never, ever seen a gold one before. I do have a gold iPhone 5S on iOS 7.0.2. I've never seen one on 7.0 nor 7.0.1. And then silver. I saw someone has a silver demo unit on Reddit on 7.0. And I saw a few listings on Superbuy that aren't for sale that are 5Ss on 7.0 in silver. But any iPhone 5S on 7.0 for sale has always been in black, so which is interesting because my theory is because obviously gold was the brand on a new color for the time, and they sold like hotcakes at launch, and they all got updated. So pretty much in order for there to be an iPhone 5S on 7.0 in gold, pretty much it has to be brand new, bought at launch, never ever touched. So for it to be on 7.0, I've never seen a gold one before. But I do have this one, nice blacker space gray on iOS 7.0, and they are way harder to find than an iPhone 5C on 7.0 because I've seen 5Cs on iOS 7.0. I have a white one on 7.0, but the 5Ss are way harder, even though they launch at the same time. So, and which is quite crazy. I would say that an iPhone 4 on iOS 4.0 is even rarer still than an iPhone 5S on 7.0, slightly, but definitely still a little bit rarer. So, than a 5S on 7.0. And and pretty cool. Just paid slightly over $100 for it, which is a pretty good deal because these I think are worth way more. I missed out on a few other black ones around the same price. So one downside, although I'm not complaining, is this one is a it's a mainland China model, meaning it well, I did get the iTunes Store app to show, but out of the box due to some regulations in mainland China, it doesn't include the iTunes Store for whatever reason. But I had them to go in to settings and make sure that the default App Store is set to English United States, and then that added the iTunes Store app there. So similar to my iPhone 6S mainland China on iOS 9. Same thing. since it's a mainland China model. And also, when it's charging, it literally shows the battery for whatever reason, and then you have to hit the power button to actually turn it on, which is weird as well. Kind of cool, but weird. So that's another regulation for mainland China. And but as well. So I mean, one downside, and also in the description. So I knew that this was the case, since I saw it in the description, saying that the housing has been replaced because it was in very bad condition. So it actually got swapped into another iPhone 5S housing, US housing, because if this was not or if this was a mainland China housing, it would have different regulatory labels at the bottom there. So as well. So they did include the ergonomical housing, which I have right here. That's a 30-pin charger I got to recycle. But this is the OG housing for it. Pretty rough shape, so including some discoloration around the Apple logo. And they included another battery and some parts too for whatever reason. I don't know why. Can't complain, but I'm going to recycle that as well. But obviously, not sure why they include those, but can't complain. I'm probably just going to recycle it. But really cool, and it came with the OG box. So again, will do. It's not in the worst condition. There are some minor scratches, but not too bad. A little bit of discoloration, which is a very common issue with the iPhone 5S. A little bit sticking up there because the was replaced. It's not a swollen battery, don't worry. And then of course the back. So really cool. So again, can't complain there. The condition is probably around an 8 out of 10. Sorry, it's stuffy nose for a reason. And it does come with the original box. You notice there's no iTunes app showing because by default the mainland China iPhones did not include the iTunes store for whatever reason. But cool is on the mainland China, the early iPhones, at least 3 on the 5S, had special stickers too. And also, the paperwork is in there. Let me see if there's any Apple stickers. I believe there is. Let me just check. Maybe not. Yeah, doesn't look like it, but that's okay. But really cool. You got .com implementation in mainland China, which is pretty cool. Throughout several countries. So really cool. I'm sure eventually, if I have the time and money, I'll be able to come across another iPhone 5S on iOS 7.0 on Superbuy. That hoping is either a Hong Kong China model or any other region except for mainland China. If I'm ever able to find a gold one, that would be selling. As I said, I do have a gold iPhone 5S on iOS 7.0.2, which is really close. Never seen a gold one on 7.0. I've seen one iPhone 5S on iOS 7.0.1 on Superbuy, and I believe someone has a silver one on Reddit. But neither are for sale, so I've still never seen a 7.0.1 one, although I do see several 7.0.5 ones on there, and I do have one. So, but really cool. Let me just look at it again here. Look at this. So, 7.0. I've been wanting one of these for over 2 years, sometime in 2024. Because when I said, all right, I want an iPhone 4 on every single iOS version. It's like, all right, I also kind of want every iPhone on its original 0.0 firmware too. So now I have pretty much every iPhone, at least one on its original 0.0 firmware, except for the iPhone 14 Pro, because the iPhone 14 Pro on iOS 16 eludes me. I have the original iPhone on 1.0, the 3G on 2.0, 3GS 3.0, 4 on 4.0, Holy Grail Rare. The 4 Verizon model on 4.2.5, the 4S on 5.0, 5 on 6.0, 5C and 5S on 7.0, 6 on 8.0, 6 Plus on 8.0, regular 6S on 9.0. I've never seen a 6S Plus on 9.0 in recent times that is actually natively activated. Although I do have a demo unit on 9.0.1, so just one version off. So a regular 7 on 10.0. So I got an 8 Plus on 11.0. I do have a 10S on 12.0. 11 Pro. A few 11 Pro series on 13.0. 12 Pro on 14.1. No, regular 12 on 14.1 because they didn't ship with 14.0. I do have an Air 4 on 14.0 though. 13 Pro Max 15.0. Don't have the 14 Pro series yet. 15 Pro demo unit on 17.0. And 16 Pro on 18.0. And then the iPhone I'm recording with right now, my iPhone 17 Pro, iOS 26.4.2. I'm hoping to get an iPhone Air on 26.0. But really cool. So I've came a long way of getting ultra rare iPhones here. And I'll have some special videos coming for you all soon. But I just wanted to say that I finally have an iPhone 5S on iOS 7.0. And peace out, everybody.